The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Crypto Night Show. Just had a little technical hitch right there to start the show off. It's nothing like a technical hitch to give it a big bang. So I hope you guys enjoy it. The Crypto Night Show, your host Superman is here, and we're going to get into some good stuff on the old crypto markets. Obviously, we've got a bit of a pullback in stocks and crypto at the moment, so we're going to go through that. Pulsechain, we're going to get into that as well. That's down a little bit. And what else? We've got lots of project stuff we're going to talk about, aren't we? So we're going to talk about LibertySwap V2. They announced that today, so everyone's wondering what the heck that is, and we're excited about that coming up. TruDeFi has announced the official launch date. We kind of had an indicative date, and now we have a launch date, so it's going to be cool. We're going to check that out. The Monster Thread number 32, Pulsechain's hottest news for the last week, and that is out from from MVS Crypto. So we're going to check that out too, and have a good time. Have a good time. Now, we're also going to check out on what JP Morgan is doing at the moment. That should be interesting as well in terms of scrolling up into the tokenization theme that we've been talking about a lot. Obviously, stablecoins and tokenization kind of being the two big things there. Let's quickly check the show that makes sure the show is up and running. We may have a special guest during the show as well. So if they pop up, we'll talk about that. That'll be potentially coming up. And of course, we're counting down Christmas, right? Was it 9 days to go? 9 days to go to Christmas. So very cool. Christmas holidays is on. Christmas season in full swing. No doubt some of you have gone out and got some presents. Some of you maybe have not. So some of you might want to do it in the last hour, especially the guys, right? Especially the guys. All right, so let's get into the show, shall we? Let's check everything out. I think I might have to set a few things up here because I had to reset the studio. So let's queue in there and pull in the screens, get the magic going. I don't think we've got any sounds. We won't need any sound today. All right, so let's transition over to the latest and greatest in the stock market and see how that went overnight. Monday results, of course, are in. So let's check that out. Bam, bam, bam. All right, there we go. That was pretty seamless. Oh, I see that we're losing a few of the price scrolling things there. We might have to reset that too. Might have to reset that. So let's get rid of that and put that back on. Let's see if it resets itself. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's back. It looks like it's back. Question mark. Was the Pulsechain tickers? All right, don't forget to get in the chat as well and share the channel around. That is the link there to kick it off. Hit the repost and a big shout out to Fast Abdul. And nice and early, I'm here for the tech, and I appreciate the repost as well there, Fast Abdul. Check it out. Now, hopefully, we're getting closer for the launch, Fast Abdul. You might have to give us a little bit of alpha drop in the chat there about Vault 369. Everyone's getting excited. You got everyone excited about. Let us know if you got a bit of a teaser about launch time date, since we're talking about launches today. I'm here for Liberty, says Valiant. I'm here for Valiant. That's nice one, Valiant. I like what you did there. I'm sure Liberty would like that too. All right, so stock market today, S&P 500 slips on tech woes, but NVIDIA's rise limits the downside. So NVIDIA there, of course, the AI super chip maker, dominates chip building in the world, and they're about to take it to the next level with their next machine coming out. It's going to be taking it next level. I think 4 times the smaller size or something. It's getting pretty amazing, and they're getting into the quantum, really starting to get into Star Trek type of tech now. and it's happening all very fast. So gonna be fun times. Dow Jones at the moment is down 0.1%, 41 points to 48,416. S&P 500 is down 0.16%, 11 points to 6,816. The Nasdaq is down 0.6%, 138 points to 23,057. So a bit muted on the Dow and the S&P 500. Nasdaq down a bit there, but of course Nvidia holding it up. US dollar at the moment 90, just below 98, and we've got the commodities at the moment. West Texas at $56.54. Amazing, guys, amazing. So I know the markets are down today, but man, the West Texas is down, and that's super good. Trump really has delivered on that. So amazing stuff there. We've down 1.2%, $56.54. Brent oil at the moment $60.43. It's up slightly, but wow, that is incredible. Let's have a look at the last year under the Trump administration for West Texas, and you can see that chart, just down chart, amazing. That's setting us up for next year in 2027, guys. Barring any major geopolitical risk, and really the only key one is China, right? China, as Trump would say, and Taiwan. Remember, if China goes for Taiwan, they're going to go for many other countries at the same time. And of course, they haven't really had a war since I think about 1969. It was about a month. But remember, previously to that, in the past, in the earlier 20th century, they had been suffered war against Japan in particular. And of course, if you go back to the turn of the 1900s, then you've got the Russia-Japanese War, Manchuria, and all that sort of stuff as the background of all that history. But you've also got Mao, of course, the terrible thing, one of the worst, if not maybe even the biggest destruction there. So that's the only real geopolitical risk, and I just covered about 130 years of history in a quick spill. But that's kind of the backdrop. But they have it is a serious concern, regardless of the fact that they haven't had a war for some time. They can do the trigger. They've been bulling for a war, right? So when we say a war, they haven't been into a physical war, but they have been building up for war, and they have actually been at war in terms of cyber intelligence and political moves and spies and all that sort of stuff. So they've still been doing a lot of stuff in the prep. So hopefully we avoid it under Trump for sure. We got Valiant announced that we should have had a Star Trek Federation Society 50 years ago. I don't know about 50 years ago, but that was definitely the beginning of really when we started that next level, sort of electronics age, right? Which is before the intelligence age. We're just at the intelligence age now. So yeah. I mean, this might be an argument for that for sure. we have had TV shows, the TV shows, so yeah, that makes sense. Wookian is getting here to get out of the woodcutting. Nice one there, Woody. I called you Woody. Wookie, I should say. That's hilarious. Nice one there, Wookie. Tell Mumsy you're okay. You're okay. All right, so that's kind of the play. So barring the geopolitical risk I just outlaid, we have got the stock market. All right, so the stock market there are doing pretty well. The commodities there looking good on the oil. Trump delivered big time, and of course the price was around about $78 or so, and that's now $56. So that's $22 lower, guys. That's incredible. That's laying the foundation. Remember, oil goes into most physical products in some way or another. Somewhere maybe, I don't know, 85 to 90+%. And so it really is a big deal for the real economy, and particularly transport, of course. So huge deal there. We've got gold at the moment is up slightly, $6 to 4,334, and silver is continuing its run. And of course, we called that a long time ago, up 3.4%, $2.12, and that's at $64 at the moment. And we've targeted, of course, $75 to $125. But under the golden age of America, expected to start next year for sure. We are expecting that to continue its run, right? So that is the play. All right. So not too bad. We're not too much of the commentary to write about at the moment. But let's move on. Let's get into the crypto results. So the stock market down a bit. Commodities are generally up. But let's get into the crypto market, and we're going to talk about JP Morgan as well. So everyone's been talking about tokenization and what's happening in that space. It's kind of a show on its own, right? So we might do something on that tokenization, and of course the Genius Act a bit later in the next year, because it's still got to be. So the Genius Act got passed this year, but it's still got to be. It's either the earliest of the regulator setting regulations, or January 27. So it will probably be the earlier date. That's kind of what we're looking forward to. As a part of the boom in 2026. And of course, Scott Bessent talking about $4 trillion of stablecoins by 2030. I think at the moment we've got about 310. I think we looked at yesterday, 315 billion dollars, I should say, in stables. All right, so let's get into the crypto markets. So at the moment, we got the total market cap is down 2.7%, so not much fun at the moment. Certainly not getting our Christmas rally that we saw. Now, remember, we had the liquidation event on the 10th of October. That took about 8 weeks to pass through. We've still got a little bit of time to go for Christmas, but certainly looking less likely. Tom Lee and, of course, Raoul Paul have really moved a lot of their views into January, February. And, of course, also that has implications for the 4-year cycle, expecting potentially a huge rally in January, February, take out the all-time high of Bitcoin as well. And that's kind of the view now. So being a bit deferred with that liquidation event. But we've still got a little bit of time to see if we can get a bit of a Christmas pickup. We shall see. Of course, it could be very quiet in the markets between Christmas and, let's say, the 10th of January, and before we get a bit of a pickup. So everyone goes on holiday, etc. At the moment, Bitcoin at $86,000. It's come down quite a bit in the last few days, down 2.3%. Ethereum at the moment is broken the $3,000 mark today, down 3.9% at $29.40 on Ethereum. So pick up, keep scooping that up, because the macro picture has not changed. The big picture about Ethereum, the big run, the 10-year run for Ethereum, not changed. So nice little TCA entry under 3K. Tom Lee's still got to pick up another, 2.2 million Ethereum. He's got, I think, about $800 million or somewhere in that ballpark to keep buying. And, of course, they just keep raising more money as well. BNB at the moment, down 2.7%, $853. XRP down 5% at $101.89. We've got Solana at number 7, down 2.8%, $126. Tron at number 8, up 0.6% at just below 28 cents. And then finally, number 10, Doge, they're down 3.9% at 12.8 cents. We also had a bit of a flippening between number 11 and 12 again. We saw this earlier a couple of weeks back, and then we got Figure Hallock flipping Cardano there, up 1.9% versus Cardano down 3%. So big gap there. The other thing is that the gap between Doge and Cardano is really, really widened. You got 21.6 billion on Doge, 14 billion on ADA there. Charles Hodgkinson there still doing his little streams, not so little streams, big streams, but not really helping with the market that much. Wookie says silver is $111 in New Zealand today. Wow. Yeah. Wow, that's fantastic. Tom Lee loving these prices. He is absolutely loving these prices. He always smiles when he's on the show about it. Everyone else is like stressed, but he's just like, well, I gotta buy 6 million coins, and I want to do it. I want to do it at the cheapest price, and it's been working really well for him. Now, he did taper off a month or so ago on the buys, because his top advisor that they pay a lot of money for told him to chill off a little bit, and then told him to start ramping up. That's what he has been doing. So he's enjoying these prices. All right, so that's pretty much it on the markets. So market down 2.7%, still holding over 3 trillion. Bitcoin at 86K, and Ethereum there breaking 3,000 at 29.38. So retesting that 3K mark there. We've still, of course, got a number of days before Christmas. We've got 10 days, I think, or 9 days. I think we're down 9 days, are we? So we've still got that amount to have a little bit of a recovery before Christmas. That is the play there. JP Morgan talking about tokenization. So we talked a little bit about the Genius Act and stablecoin theme, but JP Morgan there talking about the tokenization. So they just launched a $100 million tokenized fund on Ethereum mainnet. And this is kind of what Tom Lee's been talking about, what the head of the SEC has been talking about. They're expecting a rapid tokenization over the next 2 years, which just so happens to be the same period as the golden age of America, 26, 27. So it's playing out pretty well. JP Morgan seeds a $100 million tokenization money market fund on Ethereum, extending its Kinex platform from private chains to public blockchains for institutional cash management. So that was pretty cool. And that's pretty much the excitement there that happened there. So the fund went live on the 15th, and the product is designed for institutional clients seeking money management exposure through blockchain-based infrastructure. So there's some of the key stuff there. So they're just ramping it up, really ramping it up. That launch follows on Ethereum. That launch follows the 50 million commercial paper issuance JP Morgan executed on the Solana public blockchain last week. So yeah, and the timing coincides with sector-wide growth in tokenized money market funds, which expanded from 4 billion in assets under management to at the start of 2025 to 8.6 billion by November, and we're expecting that to really start running away. As they set the early times there. So TradeFi money is coming into crypto in a big way. It looks like definitely Ethereum and Solana getting a lot of love there, particularly Ethereum, of course. So that's pretty much the crypto news for the majors. We're kicking in, and we're going to get into Pulsechain now. Anyone like Pulsechain? Put your hand, Pulse in the chat there. Certainly, it's a buyer's market on old Pulsechain at the moment, and we're gonna be doing an update on ProveX as well. I think we've got the ProveX up today. I think we have. What's the other thing I had? Let me double check here. Yeah, I think we got ProveX. All right, so ProveX, let's get into that now. No, we're going to Go Pulse. Go Pulse. Okay. Day 948. So 948 days since Pulsechain launched on the 30th of May 2023. Of course, a full system stake fork of Ethereum on the 10th of May 2023. We obviously had the SEC hassling us with dark clouds from the 31st of July 2023 all the way to the 7th of July 2025. So essentially 2 years. We have been free from that now for several months. 5 months or something? So yeah, that is where we are right now. And we suddenly had the Band-Aid ripped off not long ago, about a month ago or so. And we have got the ProveX sacrifice, and of course that has tapered off now. But we've got the markets down and Pulsechain sentiment just in that, what we'd call it, a dead zone at the moment. So beautiful buyer's market right now for Pulsechain, and people looking forward to potential actions on Pulsechain following potentially the ProveX sacrifice. May see some little action before, potentially, maybe New Year's, who knows, we'll see. But after the 10th of January, kind of the phasing there. And if Tom Lee's and Raoul Paul's right, and then Rich Hart makes moves at a similar time, you could see some pretty big magic there. But in the meantime, we have a lot of decent projects launching. I went through them yesterday. I think we had 10 or 11, potentially 6 or 7 of those launching in December and early January. And so we do have a lot to look forward to, as well as the opportunity to buy Pulsechain up nice and cheap. So anyway, today, day 948, we've got Pulsechain at quadruple 0174. It is down 3.5% today. We're sitting at 17% of the mean sacrifice price. I have it just below the average cost price as well, which I have, I think, just around 2,100. And so that's where we are. Now, the whales price course was 4,100, and we're well below that. So it's a beautiful place to be. And get sub whale prices, sub average cost prices. That's the way to look at it, right? Big volumes. You get big volumes at this price range. So that's another way of looking at it. Pulsex at the moment, quadruple 0141, down 3.3%, sitting at 14% of the mean sacrifice price. I have that at about maybe a third of the average cost price. Obviously, under the whale price, 4,100, and only 14% of the mean sacrifice price at 0001. We got the buy and burn at 8.27. That's kind of been similar the last couple of days because volume's been pretty low, right, on the old Pulsechain or Pulsex. Now we got instant token at the moment, 67 cents, down a bit there, 6%. That's the worst performer today on the old Ink. Had been doing kind of okay, but down at 67 cents at the moment. Hex at the moment on Pulsechain, wow, what a bargain. Down 5.2% at 0.4 of a penny. And EHEX has broken the 0.1 of a penny mark, is at 0096. So a really big opportunity there. Combined price EX and PX at 4/10 of a cent, 4/10 of a cent there. Man, the volume is picking up on Hex right now. Pretty awesome. Now, if you guys haven't checked out Crispy Man, he's pretty much the guy now doing the deep dive. He's an analyst, of course, by nature, and has done a lot of the analytical diagrams. Go check him out. Hexfire is another name there, Hexfire or Crispy Man. And if you want to deep dive into Hex and T shares and all that, he's fantastic. Go check him out on X and on YouTube. It's Hexfire, Crispy Man. So he breaks all that down, talks about T shares, where that's going, the projections, all that sort of stuff. And well worth checking out there. I used to cover it every day when I was doing Hex Token channel, which was the former brand of this channel. But of course, I was doing it at a decent level, but not the same level as him. So check him out. Gas prices 307,000 beats right now, 0.2 of a penny for a swap, and so a little bit higher than we had the last couple of days. 52,638 validators, so it's definitely up today. So it's kind of cool, and why not when Pulse is so cheap to get? Now, we did see, we're going to check out something in the Monster thread about David Feder and the validators, and some of the cost drivers going on with his setup. Now, of course, David Feder is validatorstore.com, and you can see that he supplied 66% apparently of the active validator technology. So fantastic. It's a full-time job for him, and he's done an amazing contribution to the old Pulsechain. So big shout out there, David Feder. All right, so let's jump over to the bridge. A bridge over stormy waters. We got 78.9 million, or just under 79 million. So we're definitely down from yesterday. I think we were at 80.2. Was it yesterday? 80.2 or 80.8 was one of those two marks. We're down definitely below 80 and down a bit there. So maybe somewhere like a million and a half, somewhere in that ballpark. Probably a million and a half is probably closer to where we are. Down, of course, EHEX down dramatically. EHEX affects us a lot, and it's actually broken 10 million. See that there? Because of the price has lost to zero there. So it's broken 10 million. A little bit higher on the volume. There's a little bit more volume, partially offset, but really we broke that. So remember when Hex was back at the last local peak at about 0.3 of a penny? They were sitting at about $30 million. So it's an easy way to add $20 million. Even if we added $20 million, we're still going to be below 100 million though, at the moment, given the assets. Now, we have been losing ETH, DAI, and USD Tether over the last month, and we've been gaining USDC over the last month. So that's probably due to the nature of, I guess, the on-ramps, maybe Sun Minimio as well, that sort of stuff. All right, so, and of course, we lost millions of dollars in the Proof of Sacrifice, both directly and indirectly, and we'll look at that later on as well. So we're just kind of in that patient is recovering in the hospital kind of mode at the moment. All right, let's check out the volumes. So we've got 7.1 million volumes. So we picked up a bit from the weekend. We were doing like 4.5, 5 million, something like that. And so we're up at 7.1 million at the moment. We're at 335,000 transactions. Looking at the top leaders there, we got the new token. Well, actually, the new token's been around for a year. It's called a Squirrel with Nuts. And I think this is the one related to Squirrel, isn't it? He's a well-known community member there. And I think someone posted it yesterday in the chat. But Nuts is up 75% at 0001. Let's have a quick look at that. And it got pumped. So there's a market maker pump in that thing. I'm not sure why. I haven't really been looking at it, but it's doing pretty well. So if you're in that, congratulations. It's from Squirrel. They talked about it yesterday, so you would have been, it is what it is. Sun Minimil, of course, we talked about that. It's up 23%. Now, they did do a new, the CEO did an update yesterday. I don't know what was in it because it's all in German and hadn't finished uploading, so I wasn't able to use the subtitles. But you can check that out on YouTube from Sun Manuel. It's just got pumped in the last couple of days, the last 3 days there. And it got pumped from 3.6 cents all the way up to almost 6 cents. So must have some good news there. Maybe about moving to Solana, maybe about buying boom, maybe about marketing, maybe about flowing market. Somewhere in that ballpark. They've had some production, doubling their production plant. Marketing, of course, was going to be big. And, of course, completely sold out their second production line is what the last things that I knew about. So that's definitely been doing very, very well. And, of course, there we go. 6 cents right now on the old source under minimum. Now, compare that to the all-time high, which was way back here in June. That was up at 15.6 cents. Now, obviously, they have a big reward program. A lot of people got tokens, so there's a lot of people with tokens. Arguably, they've there's a lot of people get pretty instantly wealthy. They probably have a lot of people that are relatively no coiners, but then they've also had definitely key players that have definitely know what they're doing. These big red candles that we saw back here leading into July definitely look like someone that knew everything about crypto and had very big bags in it. Hard to say who it was. Was it an insider or just somebody that was very good at understanding Pulsechain and everything else and markets, and of course essentially dumped their kind of whale position and sold down the market and kind of recovered since that time at 6 cents now. Now the buy and burn operating pretty low, but they may have kicked it in a little bit more into gear at the moment, so that's kind of doing well. Let's have a look at the let's go 2.5K and see what sort of purchases we had. So definitely had purchases coming in. They're not coming all at the same time. Typically that's when they do, but definitely got a lot of purchases coming in here. And I'll look at these ones here. They're not really coming at the same time. So typically they were doing about 11K buys. But you definitely got a lot of common wallets here coming through. I think they're coming through Ramp now, and they had kind of automated, but they've got millions of dollars, probably 10, 15, maybe more $1 million sitting in the buy and burn kitty that they're not really using. So that's kind of where it is at the moment. So I'll try and watch that video and get up to speed if I can understand the Deutschlander. The Deutschlander. We got what do we got there at the moment? We got Dunamis there, been around for 11 days, up 7%. So we only got two really big trending ones at the moment. 9mm, the big DEX there, of course, had the big upgrade. We're going to see that in the monster thread as well. Up 5.5% there. PTC the Greys making a little bit of a move at 3.5%. We've had most Firewhale there from Firewhale. Up 3%. So that's the one that he didn't own the most of. I think he got about 52% or something like that. Most Wanted up 2.5%. Top meme coin behind LibertySwap, Peacocks, or Peacock at least. And then we've got Fast Abdul's Ink Dollar. That's pretty flat today at $1. Good to see. Well done there, Fast Abdul. It's at $1. We got PMX 500 is up a little bit there as well, and then World's Greatest Pedo Printer slightly green as well. So we've got 12 coins slightly green. Everything else is down. Everything else is down. So it is a buyer's market right now. Buyer's market. Let's see what's down the most. Down here we got SCADA from Nuke the Supply down 13%. We got the Santa Pepe that was launched I think yesterday. It made a big move, didn't it? Little Santa Pepe. I don't know. People launching these tokens all the time. Kind of cool little meme, but it is what it is. The volumes dropped right off, sitting at 4,05800. What is that? We got buys exhaustion. UFO down here as well, down 8%. Part of course, do I call it the son or the daughter of PTC the Greys? But that is down at the moment. Shadow down as well, 7.5%. It's kind of the main one there. Doubt Token, which also is one of the top meme coins, right, is down 10%. I think just under the other one that we've talked about, the most one. And then we've got Incentive Token down there as well, which we said was the worst performer, down 7% right now. So not a lot to talk about. A lot of the cores are down here as well, dominating. And that's kind of where we're at. So pretty flat day and really a buyer's market right now. Now we're going to get into Pulsechain news. So we'll do that. Let's move into Pulsechain news. And we'll come back to... Actually, we'll leave it. That's the markets. That's the market at the moment. Now, Pulsechain.com. Pulsechain.com. I think this only got this put up here, which is the PruvX sacrifice on the Pulsechain.com site. And it's got the countdown now for PruvX. I think this only just got put on here. You can correct me if I'm wrong. And so that's kind of cool. So that is on the official Pulsechain.com website. There's the PruvX countdown. Of course, people can jump on that. Crypto is vetted to remove the middlemen. PruvX can replace crypto exchanges with peer-to-peer proof. Show me the proof. That is at the moment. So talking about PruvX, we're not going to stay for the end of the day because it's hardly increasing these days on the old PruvX. So we've still got an hour to go, but we are finishing off day 34. The day 34 at the moment. So we've got an hour for day 34 left. It's $2.20 right now, and we're about to move to day 35, which go from $2.20 to $2.33, almost $2.34 for the 10,000 points. volume ranking bonus course keeps going all the way through to the 4th of January. So, but we haven't really seen, apart from the whale about 5 days ago, we haven't really seen any much sacrifices going on there. Little accounts is kind of what we were seeing. The other cause of that too is, of course, the Pruvex pool, the big public pool, public whale pool there by Pucker Metals stopped taking in sacrifices as well. And just as a visual look here, there's not really much change to the top 10. All right, so retail, we've got 11.8 million, so it's pretty much the same, pretty close to what we've had. It's probably just slowly creeping up, very small, and the Pulsechain there just below 3.7 million. Not a lot changing there at the moment. So really just little amounts going in, maybe 10k a day kind of thing. We've been watching about 15k other day the last couple of days. So that gets us into the end there. Obviously, phase 3 will be where the volume rank bonus ends. By the time we get to there, of course, it's going to be $7.85. It'll be at 75% of the 75% flat rate. So it's going to be $7.85, 10,000 points. And this is kind of when we're expecting the OA to come in. So far more likely than not. So that's kind of what we're expecting there. All right, so unless he's changed his gameology. All right, so that is what's going on there. Now, the big news, of course, that came out earlier today, and this is really exciting potentially, and that is LibertySwap. LibertySwap, they're continuing to deliver. They're always hyper bullish, which is always good. We love that positivity, but you always got to double check the comments. But anyway, LibertySwap version 2 is coming this week. So we're not having to wait for that. These guys are rapidly, deploying, which is pretty exciting. It does appear that CryptoSparbook seems to be in the team, which has given us a little bit of clues into some of the identity of the team. Apparently, the team is kind of a global team, but the hardcore team definitely looks like it's probably in Europe there somewhere with the CryptoSparbook. So if you guys don't forget, CryptoSparbook was doing all the big hex tours in Europe and then America with was it IBIT? Was it IBIT? But yeah, it's I'm just quite saying that name quite wrong. But yeah, it's great. So they're great communicators and they've done some great stuff, and looks like they may be involved in this super dev team building out the stuff. And of course, probably some probably got 5 degrees or something, I don't know, in IT and programming stuff. We got who else? We got Luna in house there. Hey gang, good to see you, Luna. Welcome. We got Work for Crypto in house there. Let's go, everybody who is ready for launch on Friday. Woohoo! We're coming up to that in a minute. I'm going to talk about True2X. We got Hexecution in house there. Hey everybody. Beautiful Monday indeed. So welcome to the chat there too. We got Frank White, Bang Pulse Gang, and a happy Monday, says Frank White. Happy Monday indeed. Well, it's Tuesday here in New Zealand, but for you guys it's Monday. All right, so let's get it. So LibertySwap version 2 is coming this week. Dirty Crypto, well-known Pulsechain ex-influencer there, says, what does this entail? Didn't get really a very substantial answer, but more comedic. It will be big. It will be huge in the near future. We will not need to sell our coins. Well, they always say that before anyway. They're not going to sell their coins. So they're always making stuff that's, I think they forget half the stuff they say. But anyway, most of it, it's just a silliness anyway. So huge. So the idea, what we're understanding is that they will, they potentially could be doing a few things there, right? So potentially we know they're going to be tying in Tornado Cash. They recently upgraded their LibertySwap contracts, if you recall, for the Railgun bridge and the private wallet connections. And I think we've got a little picture of that again. I think they reposted that picture. Maybe it's further down here. Let's have a look. But it could be potentially a few things. We know that they're rapidly rolling out product, as it were. But I'm sure they had the little picture that I'm after. Let's have a look here. I don't know where I saw it, but it was definitely down here. Oh, there it is. That's the one. All right. So they rolled out Railgun, and so you had your public OX wallet from Ethereum. Everyone's used to that on the EVMs. But then, of course, they had Railgun, and you had your Railgun private OZK or ZK addresses for the Railgun. And then, of course, you could do privacy sends, privacy swaps, DeFi, privacy DeFi, and of course, also unshield tokens, shielding tokens, unshielding tokens, all in this smart contract environment, right? And that way you've got your privacy. Now, we do know that, so some of the things for V2 could be around getting ready for Tornado Cash, doing a multi-chain, adding the stable coins, what's the other ones? Tying into the Railgun into the Railway wallet, of course, and potentially into Proteus, right? So Proteus, so that you can do swaps. You've got the private swaps here, so you can do the swappings using Proteus that we're going to tie in. So those are some of the things that I've thought of that they could be integrating, some or all of them, and we'll see. But lots in store from the team, and lots more, of course. We're expecting a few surprises along the way. Come. All right, so that is coming in. So V2, that's apparently the update's going to be this week, guys. Now, as you can see on the website's looking pretty cool. So we've had, and obviously the exchanges, you can bridge over publicly. You can either use the public there and just bridge, all sorts of assets over from the chain. So at the moment, USDC, you can do base chain, ETH chain, BNB chain, BSC, Arbitrum, and the Pulse chain. So you can pick those. You've got USDC as an opportunity, USD Tether. Now they all have different chains that you can go to, but they'll be expanding this over time. USD Tether on BNB and ETH, DAI on Ethereum, ETH there on Ethereum and Pulse chain. Peacock, of course, on ETH, BNB, and Pulse chain. Pulse at the moment on Pulse chain and Ethereum, which is great. I think that was a great addition. And then, of course, PDI got added as well because a bit of friendship there going on between communities. And of course, people are expecting another technology, the layer 0, with signatures, but we're still question mark over whether that will actually work with enticing arbitrage between chains. But that's kind of where they're heading to, right? It's kind of what they're trying to get to, is where there's no delay, no friction there between the chains, particularly Ethereum there. So we'll see. You've got to keep, for that to work, you need to keep an imbalance all the time. So question mark there, but we'll see if they can crack the Holy Grail. So that is the play at the moment. Obviously, you can go private as well, which means Railgun, and of course you need to download a Railway wallet. Now we know that one of the things they've added to their list is to doing some sort of modified EVM rail wallet solution. Some sort of to get the best of both worlds, but you can't get everything. I think it's a bit of a trilemma there or something. So that is pretty cool, and you can do between different assets there. So ETH and wrapped ETH. We know they're looking to add stable coins, so that could be part of the upgrade that we're expecting for V2. So that's kind of play, and of course multi-chain, right? More chains added to the mix. So that's kind of that, and it's fantastic. It's really fast, really cool. You pay a little fee, and depending on what the asset is, what you're doing, and otherwise it's pretty cool. So I think it's 0.5% here at the moment on the ETH, but on the publics, it's all sorts of different, 0.3%. So and it's pretty much pretty close to super fast instant. They really refined everything there. Now, obviously, token DEX, they've got the Peacock DEX. We can monitor the volumes. Obviously, we had pretty low volumes on Pulse Chain, so obviously pretty low at the moment. At the moment, they're also building up. They can change their strategy between building LP up, which is kind of been really good. Certainly has given a lot of price support to Peacock in particular, or they can do buy and burns, or they can build up treasuries, which they've definitely built up treasuries. And they also always seem to have plenty of big capital they bring over the bridge all the time. So there we go. So the other one, of course, is PDI and the PDI DEX as well. Then, of course, you can also, they provide most of the liquidity, but you can provide liquidity if you want. And you don't get any rewards. Of course, it goes into the system, but that is that. They've also got PDI there as well. The withdrawal, obviously you can withdraw too. And they've got a tracker if you're doing a trade. If you're actually doing an exchange, for example, they've got a tracker there. So we're going to get V2, and that could have some of those things that we're expecting to come up, right? Some of those things are listed. We'll see. We'll see what the final thing was. So that's LibertySwap. Keep up the great work over there. We're excited about they're adding some really major stuff to Pulsechain, so we're excited about everything they're doing there. Certainly connecting up the multi-chain world and siphoning the capital into Pulsechain from the profits. We like that. We like that. All right. So and it helps with mass adoption, right? And access to the liquidity pools. That's it's a win all around. So that is LibertySwap at the moment. Let's jump over into the next update, which is TruDeFi. Now, you guys know we had a big interview with TruDeFi about 5 days ago, I think. You can check that. You can find that on YouTube. So we streamed on 3 YouTube channels: the Crypto Night Show, Superman Crypto, and Pulsechain X. So it is all on those channels. So if you want to check those out, also on X. So if you check out the Crypto Night Show profile, you'll be able to scroll down and see that interview. And of course, it was a fantastic interview. We had a really fun time. We really progressed through the project quite well at a high level, and went through a lot of questions. So it was a really, really good interview, and I'm sure many of you will enjoy it. So check it out. The other thing, of course, is we're going to try and have an interview with them when they do the launch, either just before launch, probably, or at the launch, or just after launch, somewhere in there. So we'll work it out. But we'll be covering that, and that's pretty cool. Now, the project definitely looks a lot bigger than I originally thought, so I'm excited about that. And potentially, could, if it has a good adoption, it could, and it does look promising, then it could be one of the heavyweight projects. So it's kind of excited to see that. Now, you definitely want to launch a project like this where you're at the bottom of the market, and we're clearly at that sort of range on the pulse, especially today. So it's actually a perfect time to try and launch a project like this. Basically, the promise is simple as this. We'll just go through the official announcement. After years of full-time building and testing, the True 2x UI, or user interface, opens on December the 19th. So we've got a hard date there. So it's pretty cool. It's only like 4 days away, isn't it? US time, probably. A simple promise: and double your PLS. So it's going to be like an auction, and you'll be able to have your miners, and you're going to, basically the target is you double a double on PLS. And I believe the miner ends at the end of that period, and you may start another one or whatever. So that's kind of cool. No platform token, so there is no token for this. Sigh of relief to people. Now, some people love tokens, though. So no token for this one. Just a clean 2x engine built natively on Pulsechain. Stay true to Pulse. We did. And of course, that is in play right now. So kind of cool. They've got a little video here too. I'm not sure if it's got any music on it. Yeah, it's got music on it, so I won't be playing it, but there's a little video there. And so True2x there doing pretty good. Now, I'll post the link to this announcement in the chat there. You can follow along. I'm sure the team would enjoy that. And of course, always join up to Telegram if you want to find out more details, and check out some of their interviews they've had. They've done a couple so far. So that is TruDeFi. Check them out and join the Telegram, and go and ask any questions. But 2x of your pulse, that's basically the bottom line. If you take anything away, that's the target, is to do a 2x. And I guess you can rinse and repeat that in there as well. Now, if you do watch the interview, you'll see that some of the key aspects were that they're going to have a big partner program, and partner program goes part of the what they call system miners. So there'll be you guy miners or retail miners, and then there'll be the system miners, and that's a big part of the secret sauce to make it all work. And partner miners is going to be a big part of that. And of course, apparently they've got 20 plus teams that are excited about it. It will end up, so those teams can be multi-chain too, but it will end up, I think the project, after a period of time, I'm not sure what it might be, 6 months or whatever, but you can ask the team, might launch on multi-chain as well. So for the actual protocol. But anyway, it's on Pulsechain. A big deal there. Could be a very clever kind of index fund kind of project, but with the partner program and the system miners, it's kind of the secret sauce there. All right, let's see. You must always do your own due diligence, of course, not financial advice. You know the drill, guys. You know the drill. What else we got there? We've got a couple more comments. We got Hero in house there. Great coverage on the ecosystem. Thank you. And you're most welcome to Hero. Appreciate it. And we got work for Crypto says it was a great interview with the TruDeFi team. Yeah, TruDeFi, True2x, kind of interchangeable. We use those. TruDeFi is coming in hot, says Executioner. It is indeed, and it was great to get a solid announcement today. It's great to see it there. So only about 4 days away. So get your Pulse ready. Pulse is nice and cheap at the moment, so you can't say they didn't get a good entry on it. on the old Pulse to pick up to enter into that, and 2x your Pulse. What else we got going? I'm looking forward to the user interface and all that sort of stuff, and going through that with the team. Hero says the launch this Friday 19th will be at 0 UTC, day 1 deposit, day 2 deploy your miner. There we go. Not a miner, but a miner. Yeah, miner. This Friday 19th, 0 UTC time, day 1 deposit. You put your Pulse in, day 2 you can deploy your miner. That's it. All right, very cool. Work for Crypto says you don't have enough PLS. Indeed, you don't. Now, I think they're showcased in the Monster thread, so I'm probably going to go through a bit more deep dive into that on the old Monster there. That's coming up as well. So congratulations to the TruDeFi team. We're looking forward to it. So as I say, join up into the Telegram and tell them the Suitman sent you and ask them some questions. That's the play. All right. If you are on, actually, I might as well post this on the online show on X. I posted it on YouTube, so that's in there. Got to share the love, right? Got to share the love. So we'll go down here and I'll just post the link because it's sort of self-explanatory. Bam. All right, there we go. So if you're watching live on X, that's the place to be. All right, so the next big thing, of course, is the Monster thread. You do not have enough Pulse. Buy Pulse and go into True2x and double your Pulse. Seems like a pretty good deal. All right, so that is it. Let's jump over to the Monster thread. So obviously the Monster thread is a Kryptonite Show publication, and of course MVS Crypto, well-known community member, is the editor-in-chief of the Monster thread. He does an amazing job. 32 weeks of Pulsechain's weekly news, and it is a professional publication, and it really has become the heart of the news in Pulsechain, which has been pretty exciting. And we're excited about it. Every week we're excited about it. Now we also have part of the Kryptonite Show. We also do significant research on Pulsechain constantly. It's a constant flow. And so we have probably easily, I think, the best understanding of the Pulsechain ecosystem by a long mile, actually. And so we have a lot of systems and things like that for that. And this is one of the publications. So I hope you guys enjoy it. We enjoy making it. And it's really proud to be part of the Pulsechain community and contribute in this way. So Richard Inspires is the title of the Monster thread for Monster thread number 32. Railgun update, of course, UK promotions, and much more. And let's look at the first story. So we've got Richard Hart Inspires. Richard Hart shares as an inspirational post. We have freaking everything, and now we get to live the dream of just shilling, indeed. And we have seen, some people picking up that torch of shilling, and that's kind of cool. When we say shilling, marketing promotion. So we've got the cool little picture from Richard. Richard posted this, said it was anonymous. It was funny. It's got a few swear words in it, so we had to PG it for the publication a little bit. So we got little ducks, which makes me laugh. Little ducks. You gotta say that's pretty funny. All right, so I don't know what will work, but I 100% know something the duck will, and we're gonna try and get every single ducking thing. We have the dream, the chain, the stuff, the trading, the everything, the legal clarity, better on ramps, and you ducking, name it. We have ducking everything. Now we get to live the dream of just shilling. So there we go. That was anonymous, and it was posted by Richard. It was a good place to start the weekly Monster thread. Now we also had LibertySwap privacy update. That was our second story there. LibertySwap went live with Railgun for Ethereum and Pulsechain, sharing a quick video tutorial on how to get done. Now I did post that a updated version of that by Crypto Sparbook with a English commentary on it. So that has been posted on YouTube. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Now the third story was ETH-backed stablecoin. Fast Abdul shares an upcoming ETH-backed stablecoin with Power City. Of course, that's called the Edge. And I said that we've got at least another 3 liquidity forks coming to Pulsechain. The first one, of course, is a Vault 369 from Fast Abdul. The second one here is Coinwell from Rack and Michelle, which looks like it's launching after Coinwell. Coin Mafia. There's lots of coins in there. Coinwell launching after Coin Mafia. And then, of course, the third one, which has come out, Edge Protocol. And this is very clever because it's going to be using ETH to come in. So that's going to help with potentially more ETH flows stickiness in ETH. And of course, we saw over the last month an outflow of about 300 Ethereum, just over 300 Ethereum. So that is kind of a clever little move there, and also a very cool utility. Now they're going to have the stablecoin is going to be called EUSD. So by the time we have all these three out, as far as I'm aware, we've already got 4 liquidity forks that would take us to 7. And these 3 latest ones are all a bit different. They're all a bit more advanced than the earlier ones. So we're excited about it, really pushing the boundaries there. Hex T-share report. Suzu Q shares a post of Hexfire. We just talked about him earlier with the Hex details. He does the Hex T-shares and of course show exploring compounding rewards and why T-shares are becoming increasingly valuable. So definitely if you want to become a pro in Hex and understand all the mechanics, then definitely check out Crispy Man on at Hexfire. So it's kind of cool. Bella loves Pulsechain. Now Bella first showed up on, I think, a conference. Was it Maddie Allen? I think it might be Maddie Allen's one. It was either Maddie Allen or RH Max's. I can't remember which one now. But Bella came into the scene, and she was looking for love on the conference. I'm not sure what happened there, but anyway, she's rocked her Pulsechain store T-shirt while telling Ivan on Tech how she loves Pulsechain. So that was kind of cool. And you can see the T-shirt there from Pulsechain store. Definitely check out Pulsechain store. They always do lots of giveaways, and we're talking about lots, hundreds and hundreds, thousands of T-shirts, I think. But there's one of the T-shirts here, Pulsechain, and it's a little bit reversed and negative on the picture, but that is looking good there. So big shout out to Crypto Bella, and yeah, nice. So Pulsechain store, Crypto Bella, collab, Pulsechain pump action, Crypto Solve. Now you remember on the 8th of November we had that pump. Unfortunately, it got sold into, and we had the sacrifices as well. Big whales on that. But apart from that, it was a pretty cool. Crypto Soul broke down the 1.3 million of ETH in stables deployed predominantly into Pulsex, with some going to Pulse. So if you want to find out all about that pump, it was pretty cool. I believe it was from one of the so-called Richard Art wallets. So that, trying to say, like alleged, but yeah, that's what it is. Knocking on doors. Tiger Crypto God shares a video while knocking on doors to promote Pulsechain and P-Tiger. Now, apparently the video was this. I don't think we've got a little bit of it here. So we'll watch a little bit. We'll watch a little bit of this video. Let me just, I think that's probably good enough. Let me scroll up a little bit here, get a bit more view. Now, he says that this is random. It doesn't look random when I'm watching it, but anyway, we'll go along with the story. But anyway, he's getting out doing some promotion. I just realized that I'm going to have to reconnect, don't I? Because I haven't got the audio on. So I just realized that was a trap I did yesterday. So let me just do that. Let me just do that. It's going to bam. We're going to lose the movie magic and re-edit, and we're going to have the audio this time. All right. So let's start from the top here. I have to mute myself.
What's going on, man?
I got a question.
Yeah, what you got?
You ever heard of Pulsechain?
I have not.
Ooh.
Hey,
Would you like to learn about Pulsechain and P-Tiger?
I'd love to.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
I'll show you guys out.
All right, so that was a little video. Tiger God knocking door to door, doing the shilling as Richard was talking about. But yeah, looked like they were mates. Anyway, it is what it is, but they're out and about doing some stuff. So there we go. What else have we got there? We've got 9mm Pro updates there. So 9mm, which is our second biggest DEX, right, after PulseX. And they typically do about $2 million a day on a decent day. On the low days, typically maybe $1 million. So 9mm, they've been making revenue. I think last report, I think they did like $20,000-$30,000 a month, getting paid out to like NFT holders and other type of things. So they're a really good team, and of course second biggest DEX there. 9mm transitioned to active Merkle tree rewards for holders for the 9mm OG and the little cat one there. Holders across all supported chains, so pretty cool. Also teased enterprise grade Pulsechain Explorer coming soon. So looks like we're getting another cool Explorer coming to the Pulsechain as well. But really good team doing really good stuff there. So congratulations to them. Cross network dividends. Obviously, we talked about the True 2x or the TruDeFi launch now being set in stone for the 19th of December. So that's coming up in about 4 days, give or take. Well, obviously they also been highlighted as the major DeFi yield service launches on Pulsechain with the 2x in Pulse. So definitely check out that out. It's got the video of the interview there that I was mentioning earlier. We had Executioner, Neil for T-Shares, Daniel, and Rip City Pulse, all of them pretty well-known community members, and so great leadership there. Looking forward to the launch of that. So good luck, guys, and check out the video on the link there, and you'll be able to see these guys. So really, really good. Excited about that. Anyway, validator kit update. I mentioned that earlier. David Feder announced the validation kits. Remember, he's done about 2/3 of the validated equipment. Announced validator kits rising to 3,000 on January 26th. If you want to get into validating with his kits that you order, then you have to go to the website of David Feder. You got all the links here, so you can go through all the links, and you can join up to that. Due to hardware cost surges, grab your current rates while available. So big shout out to Dave Feder, and that's in the news because it's a significant. He's having to lift the prices there, so you might as well get on it while you can. Doing a great job there. So well done there, Dave Feder. Hardware wallet on board idea. Now this is kind of interesting because this actually got a lot of big traction. So Buckamentals, of course, running the ProoveX pool, the one that just closed down a couple of days ago as the number one ProoveX whale. Proposed a white labeling affordable iPhone compatible hardware wallet. So that was pretty exciting. Now he did post a little bit of a picture of that, and you can sort of see it's got another one here. Was it soft layer or something? But anyway, that's crossed off, put ProoveX there. So imagine if you had a ProoveX wallet there on the iPhone. So that's kind of what they're talking about there. And they got quite a few interesting support. So they got Internet Money came in and said, yeah, do this and we'll support it. But they also got Batias and other groups here. They got Ramp Now, so the bridge over the Pulsechain. If this ProoveX signer ships, Ramp Now upcoming Pulse native wallet can plug in as a fiat Pulse rail. So they got quite a nice lot of support from some other heavyweight utilities there. So that has made the news. Kind of interesting to see. That would be really cool if they can do that. Kind of neat. Grassroots promotions. We got Gar Crypto. He's been out doing, like we talked about Crypto Gold with that video, but Gar Crypto's been out quite a lot actually, and he's been in the Monster thread a few times now, doing a lot of practical promotional work, for Pulsechain, which is really not leading by example. So Gar Crypto, they personally sponsored race nights to boost Pulsechain and Hex awareness at the local level, leading by example and urging the community to do the same. So I think we've got a little link on that too. Might as well chip on that. So that's some of the stuff there. Race night, pretty cool with the horses. 27th December coming up, so that's still promotion to be done. You can sort of see the handout here, or all the races, race 1 to 8, and then you got the Hex at the end. Pretty neat. So shout out to him. Cool. So he's trying to do that all the time. Also, Crypto Coffee pointed out something else that Gar Crypto did as well, promoting Pulsechain and Hex. And of course, you can see a bit of the combination there in, I think, one of the magazines in the UK. So it's kind of cool. It's got all the Hex, LibertySwap, Pulsechain, promotions. So very, very cool. So big shout out to Gar Crypto. Amazing efforts indeed. Now also Dextop. Now I don't know how many of you know Dextop. Dextop is a niche but growing player in the Pulsechain, a bit like Pulsechain. So Pulsechain also another sort of category there. One of these growing DeFi ecosystems a lot of people may or may not be aware of, but actually are slowly sneaking up on on the bigger. They're getting bigger and bigger basically, and just sneaking up there on those. So I sort of Dextop is that. So Dextop's released their version 4.5 fully decentralized front end in one executable pinned on IPFS for trustless access. The website offline, no problem because they've got the IPFS there. So new upgrade there. They are going to be going to number 5, I think, version 5 soon too. Version 5 coming soon. They've got a couple of little images there around the swapping. So they have swapping, liquidity, earning on there. So give them a check out. Check out Dextop. Say hello to them, and they got the V3 apps as well. So we've got Mac apps, the Linux apps, Windows apps there as well. So yeah, check it out. That is Dextop. So let me know in the chat there if you guys have been using that at all. But that's kind of cool. So well done to Dextops. Give them a follow as well. They're working out there, a little niche player. Now, the other one, of course, is Coast, a big player. Coast, fairly big player, of course. We've got our own stable coin based on fiat on ramp to Pulsechain, and it's Coast, right? So Coast is a heavyweight player on Pulsechain. And of course, we have talked about all those liquidity forks. We've got 4. We're going to have 7 of those at least, probably by the end of the year, if not the beginning of New Year. And we've got our fiat on, right? So the fiat is in its own category. And Coast, their completed software updates, making it even easier now to buy Pulsechain assets directly with USD. So nice little upgrades there from Coast. And of course, Coast recently launched one of our 2 main balancer forks. So kind of cool there too. So they're doing a lot of cool stuff for the old Pulsechain, and you can check them all out. So yeah, they launched Tide, didn't they, with the balancer fork there. So very cool. So that is going on there with the old Coasting. And then also Ramp Now. So Ramp Now wallet development, official Ramp Tuesday Pulsechain native wallet with seamless fiat on ramp. So we know that Ramp Now is in development for Pulsechain wallet, and hopefully it's going to be something like that's easy to use, like a Ravi wallet. Something that quick. We also already have Internet Money, which is amazing. It's a sort of a battle hard tested tank that does a lot of things, even Bitcoin, even have Bitcoin in it. Yeah, it's going to be cool. We need a few more wallets on the old Pulsechain. It's definitely an area of importance moving forward. And so, yeah, Ramp Now is going to be doing a wallet. We already see that LibertySwap is going to be some sort of hybrid wallet. There's another team out there doing a wallet as well. I can't remember off the top of my head, but another team out there doing a wallet. So Pulsechain default, seamless fiat on-ramp, everything in one place, coming soon. Drop your favorite features basically in the wish list there. So definitely do that if you haven't already. Yeah, Anon says, I want a clean, modern UI. Yeah, kind of neat. So I like to have the option to create a view-only wallet that needs another device for signing transactions. Good suggestion. So yeah, keep a lookout for that. So Ramp Now, of course, is one of the big bridges onto Pulsechain, particularly with US dollars, and of course also for Sun Minimal, right? At least up to the point that they are still on the chain. Peter says, thanks again for all your coverage of these projects. You're most welcome there, Peter. Thank you very much. Peter also says, heck yeah, True 2X. I like it. I like the attitude there. Striker says, thank you, Crypto Night Show, for your excellent stream. Hey, you're most welcome there, Striker. Appreciate it. Thank you. All right, so that is Ramp Now. So kind of cool. Let's get into the rest of the monster thread. That was the end of the news. So kind of cool. We've got some really great stories, as you can see, from the top to the bottom, all the way from Richard Hart and, of course, Crypto Bella there. The True 2X stream, definitely check it out. Great stream there. And of course, the promotions, we've got Guy Crypto out there really living, doing the shilling that Richard talking about. So maybe an encouragement for other people. The easy way to do it is if you want to get pamphlets like this, you get the pamphlets and you just go around your block. If you're really keen on promoting Pulsechain, you just go around the block, maybe every 2 weeks and just put a pamphlet out in the block. You'd be surprised. It's a cumulative impact, right? So, and you get probably better returns as you do more. It's kind of the one's inverse relationship there. Yeah, definitely worth doing. And do the block, take the kids if you've got kids. So yeah, we're going to go around the block, just do it. And before you know it, you got half the block is in the Pulsechain. It took 6 months, but you did it. 50% target, kind of thing. And then when you have your Christmas party for the old block, if you guys do you have street parties or whatever, if you do have a Christmas street party or anything like that, you'll be like, what you guys can talk about, Pulsechain, baby, Pulsechain. So there's lots of ways of looking at doing promotions. Can be that easy to do. All right, so that's kind of cool. Now we also got inside the monster thread, we got Heartwood Dog, season 2 of Hogmania manga series is coming up. We're excited about that. Damn it, that's so good. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. Rhino 5 First Combat Token. These guys are amazing. What an amazing setup for the old Rhino. We're going to talk about that too. TruDeFi, of course, cross-dating dividends up to 2x Pulse, so we're looking at that. We obviously got Brandon as well with Switch. Switch has been doing really well, just ramping up as well. Obviously, Brandon, well-known Pulsechain influencer, Titanx influencer, but really has moved into leading development teams and has been launching many of the projects that we see on Pulsechain and Ethereum, so doing huge there. And of course, Switch there has really become a big DEX aggregator that people are using. The Grays currency, of course, Alien Tech from Prairie Banana, getting showcased as well in today's monster thread. So pretty cool, or this week's monster thread. So Pulse of the Fallen, let's quickly have a quick look at that. So let's see how we're doing for time. Pretty good, an hour and 4 minutes. We've got a bit of time to go. So Pulse of the Fallen anime series season 2 teaser is out. We've got a few little sneak peeks. Look at the little pictures. I love it. We're so lucky, guys. We've got our own anime series. I mean, really, it is amazing, guys, that we've got something like this. It really is crazily good. I just really love it. I mean, we've got an anime series on Pulsechain. I mean, what other chains have their own anime series? And not only that, but it's so good, and it just gets better and better all the time. That's really, really cool. So check it out. Pulse of the Fallen is loading with insane upgrades, sneak peeks dropping, huge power ups, glazing Pulsechain KOLs. Now, it does include, community influencers, project teams, your video influencers in Pulsechain, also celebrities outside in the wider world. It always pulls those in, so it's pretty fun series. We've got a little there's a second sneak peek of season 2. You can see the main character is Hog, so that's the one on the top left or the one in the middle here. But we've got all these characters that come in, and it's just epic. You can see a lot of the KOLs in Pulsechain in the second picture there. I think B Roots is the second one on the left there, so you've got lots of one. I think Corrected Coffee on the right there, second one on the right. So you've got lots of influencers in there. Pretty cool. And of course, there's also the Chronicles. So the Chronicles was the interim series of Hog, Somi, and Andrew Tate. There's been 5 chapters out so far, but there are 2 to go. So definitely check that out. The 5th chapter's shown, but there are 2 more chapters. I believe they're coming probably this week, is my guess. So keep a lookout for those, episodes 6 and 7. Maybe one this week, one next week, and then season 2 is probably going to start at the beginning of next year. It's kind of my guess. Maybe after the Christmas period, maybe in the Christmas breaks in the years. We'll keep a lookout for that. But doing an amazing job, and you can see episode 5 there from the Chronicles, which is pretty awesome. Will they defeat the world powers? Because, I mean, essentially that's what they're up against too, right? They're up against the WEF and all that sort of stuff, I think. So it's pretty awesome. Now, the next one, of course, is RhinoFi. RhinoFi is an amazing team, and their price chart is looking pretty good. Go check the ratio on RhinoFi. Is holding up pretty well. So the tokenomics definitely as a combat token is holding up like a boss. And I love this gold. It's beautiful. Look at that ching ching gold. Gold's flying, and so is RhinoFi. So pretty awesome. Now, one thing about this team is so friendly, guys. This is exactly prime example of a team on Pulsechain that I really love. I complain against Telegram teams because I'm in hundreds of Telegrams for Pulsechain, and many of them gone quiet, right? Many of them gone quiet. And one of the reasons why they're gone quiet is because of their attitude, and you're not open and supportive. Now, we understand getting rid of bots and all the bad players in there, but actually they need to be a lot more helpful and friendly. Well, a good example is RhinoFi. They really do a great job. So if you want to go in there and be part of a great bunch of people, they definitely do that. So awesome stuff there. They got some pretty cool tokenomics too with earning. So you earn Pulse automatically. They burn, of course, as well. They also defend the chart with a 28-day recharging cycle in the treasury, and it's got a ton of Pulse in it for that. And they've got a 6% buy and sell and transfer tax there. So definitely check it out. Rhino there looking pretty hot. And they are really good at their marketing, just constantly flowing their marketing, which is awesome. So see, look at the videos, man. They're so badass. Really good video quality. So good team, real leading team in my view on all fronts. They really do it all. So congratulations to RhinoFi. Derek and all the team there. MBS Crypto covering the TruDeFi, of course. TruDeFi got a big breakdown here. So what is your Christmas wish, they say? A vibrant future is bright. If a 2x in your pulse is something you want, this article is for you. TruDeFi will be fresh out of the labs and send us big bag at the end of this week. Now, we know that the launch now is the 19th of December, so 2x there really kicking into gear. So some really good article there. Definitely check it out. And it's got a nice little breakdown about early adopters advantage. Day 1 depositors receive the highest allocations of daily 1 million TruDeFi shares. Remember, you're going into auction to get shares. Day 2, you can do your miner. So lowest participation rate means fastest 2x timelines before broader adoption. So obviously get in early. It's kind of key there. They got some cool validation phase results. Give you an idea of how it works. So definitely check that out. They got a statement from the team, and I'll read that too. TruDeFi's independence from relying on future users is precisely why it's double your Pulse service will become Pulsechain's most impactful center of gravity and a steadfast, constant in Pulse supply. Now, remember, part of the secret sauce is doing these partner projects. They've got like 20 or so. They're going to be doing referrals and getting new miners and all sorts of stuff. So new pulses and stuff coming in. They're also going to be investing in these with 14% of the pulse that comes in. That there gets dividends and on these projects like Vouch and others. They come back into the True2X. It's kind of a big part of how the stuff gets bigger over time. The idea is that partner and system miners get a bigger percentage of the whole miner portfolio. So the retail kind of gets smaller, and then that does bring in all that money, and they don't take the profits. You do, right? That's the idea. So we're excited about where that will go. So check that all out and get into the Telegram. Also, a really great team like RhinoFi's team. So you'll feel very welcome there. All right, so we also got PDC in here today. Obviously, PDC there. We've got a cool little video, 128x video there from the Prayer Banana. Of course, he does an amazing job. So big shout out to him. And of course, he's got a big video here, not only on the 128x prediction for PDC moving forward, but also a system. He does a ecosystem breakdown with a full presentation. So definitely check out Prayer Banana on that. And big shout out to him. He's doing a great job. Look at that. It's in there. Crushing it.
And the
whole thing in that video.
Look for the price,
and he puts his rationale in there. So obviously not financial advice, but check it out. And he does a great job at breaking down all that. Finally, we've got Switch from Brandon. Switch and Transfer. This is a big DEX aggregator. Of course, it added Pulsechain recently. Was it about 6 weeks ago, maybe? Something like that. And now you can swap between Pulsechain assets. Yeah, pretty cool. Also Ethereum, if you want to do Ethereum. So pretty awesome. It says millions of potential tokens that you can swap. They've been doing pretty well on the volume. The volume's been going up and up and up and away on the Pulsechain. I think they're well in exceed of $1 million. And of course, they've got a good breakdown of how it works as well. Connect your wallet, select your tokens, review the best rates, and confirm a trade. So pretty easy to use. So definitely check out Morpheus there, and of course Brandon there as well. And they've got a cool little video there about switching. There it goes. Look at that. Pretty neat. Let's play.
And switch and transform the way you trade.
All right, so that's doing pretty well on the old Pulsechain. So great to have another DEX aggregator up there as well. Coming up against Proteus. Everyone's up against Proteus there. All right, so that's kind of cool. That is the monster threads. Now, finally, I think we've got a final part of the show, which is Christmas. Christmas is coming. We're counting it down. 9 days to go. Christmas holidays, Christmas season, all that sort of stuff. Cool. So let's jump over to that. And St. Richard of Pulsechain is a bit of a fun project from Kairos. Kairos, of course, is the founder of Emmett Farms, Quanji. I think this is it Pulse PLSS? I think it is, but something like that. And so he's been doing some great stuff on the Pulsechain. We've got a few comments before we get into this though. To wrap up the show, we've got a couple of minutes to go. Valiant says, got to bounce. As always, many thanks for the Alpha Suit Man. Go Pulsechain, says Valiant. A nice one. Striker says, thank you, Kryptonite Show, for your excellent stream. Appreciate that. And Peter White there, thanks again for all your coverage of these projects. Like it. All right, if you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. Don't forget also subscribe on X, follow on X, I should say. So just scroll at the top there and do that. Now, St. Richard of Pulsechain, a bit of a fun Christmas project. And of course, celebrating Christmas. Now, there are countdowns going on. And so you can definitely check that out. There are also arcade games that have been launched. You can see them here. A couple of arcade games on the website. Sostrichard.games. So 10 days to go. So we're definitely into day 9, just about. And so every day they put out these posts of the countdown of Christmas. And then they also put in some new lore of St. Rich. So every time there's new stuff there. Now he brings cookies, of course, a nice list. Now you can get on the nice list by joining the Telegram group, and you can use my link. And if you use my link, let them know that Suitman sent you. Let Kairos know, and you'll get put on the nice list automatically. So they're automagically, as I say, or something like that. So if you like Pulsemas, we call it Pulsemas, then you can do that. Let me just get my link, and you can join up. Get link. I'm gonna have to just type get link in there. Is it going to work? It's not working. Where's my link? Ref. Maybe I typed the wrong one. Ref. Let's do this one here. That might work. Bam. All right, second will work. It's not working either. None of the things are working at the moment. I don't know why. let's scroll up here. Have we got my link? Where's my link? Oh, we got some answers. It just took a while. But it's there. All right, so join up today, and let's post this in the chat. Where's the screen gone? I've lost my studio. All right, so that is it. Join SRH, we'll just call it, on Telegram. And yep, just tell Kairos that I sent you, and just say Superman sent you, and you'll get on the nice list automatically, which means that you'll be able to participate in airdrops. So do that, just be engaged. There's lots of stuff going. There's going to be airdrops, competitions. There's going to be other sort of giveaways. There's going to be obviously arcade games and many things like that. So just that's kind of the thing. It's a bit of fun. So if you want a bit of Christmas cheer during the Pulsechain, it's a good fun place to the community to be. That is it. Join SRH or St. Richard Art Telegram, and Kairos there, well-respected community developer and leader. So kind of cool. All right, so some of the stuff that's been going on there, I'm going to post that in the under the stream as well, so you can join. Join Telegram, bam, and St. Richard Hart. I think that's enough. Yeah, join SRH Telegram, blah blah blah, and get involved. It's a bit of fun. All right, so that is kind of the play on that one. Let me just go back, and I think they've got a few other. Where we're going back here, yeah. So let's go to some of the other stuff they've been doing. Now, Joshua Wu, of course, is launching Coin Mafia with Rack and Michelle, and he did a little video earlier, St. Richard Hart short. Got a little video of Santa coming down there as well, so you can check that out. It's a bit of fun. What else? Should we play it? Actually, we can play it because we've got the audio, haven't we?
Ow, my balls! Ho, 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 Cell Pressure. I see you didn't sacrifice any cookies. Well then, no expectations. Newsflash, asshole. I'm not Santa Claus. And I don't work for you.
All right, so that's definitely Joshua Wu's style of comedy, and that is this little video there. All right, so what else? Hashtag family show. The pack was nearly sealed. So we've got some cool stuff up there from the team. Yeah, lots of lore in there. The arcade games, of course, you can get tostrichard.games and play with that. So a lot of fun coming from this project for St. Richard Art Pulsechain. Now, you don't have to believe that Richard's a saint or anything. I don't believe in saints at all, like I said yesterday, but it's a bit of fun. We've got Sandy Beach in the house, so good to see you, Sandy. Big shout out. Very cool. Welcome to the show. Now we're about to finish the show, actually, Sandy, so you just come at the end. Hello, Superman, everybody. Hello to you as well. Let's go. So that's the end of the show, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. That's an hour and 17 minutes, and we did it another day. So tomorrow, what's happening tomorrow? Well, it's going to be another show tomorrow, so I hope you guys look forward to that. As well. I don't know if I'll be doing a double show today, but I may be doing one tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. That could be happening. All right. Now, I might have had a bit of feedback when that little video was on because I've got to mute myself as usual. Replay gang, says Sandy. Replay gang. All right. So we've got a great crowd watching. Don't forget to subscribe to YouTube, The Crypto Night Show, Superman Crypto, Pulsechain X. We're on all three. Subscribe today. We've been getting some nice growth happening on YouTube, which is nice. On X Course, you guys are amazing. So hit the follow button at the top. Just go to the top there. Now, we do have Strategy Club. If you haven't joined Strategy Club, really look at it. I do a lot of alpha in there, constant intel flow. And, of course, I'm here with Pulsechain basically 24/7 almost. It feels like that. We're passing a lot of intel into there. So definitely check it out. We also do intel on crypto generally. Strategy Club, the link's in the video description on YouTube, and the link's pinned at the top of the profile for the Crypto Night Show. It's just over $1 a day, about $35 a month to join up. So really great value, particularly for those that are busy and those that are new. And of course, we cover a lot of cool stuff there. All right, so take care, everybody. I'll catch you on the next show. Nice to see a lot of great people in the chat there as well. And we'll see you next time. Bye for now.